We're live. Yes, live here at the Sky Cabana, right? We're safe home from work. Yesterday, I was running around, conducting my business. Oh, did I stop by the other place that I worked earlier in the week and make sure that they saw me in two different outfits coming and going? Yes, I did. You know what it is, right? We always have to represent ourselves well, aesthetically, professionally, right? You never want to miss an opportunity to let people know what you're working with. Am I right? Melinda Hoosh is here. Dakota Johnson. Q joined us. Sylvia. T. Tonkin. R. Chacon. Welcome, right? I moved some stuff around. I'm in a slightly different setup, but I'm very excited to talk to you about my very second of one of my favorite palettes, right? Old Reliable. When you're in a rush, you just drove to the west side and fought all the traffic. You're trying to get back for an afternoon call time that gets pulled. That means they make it earlier. This is your road dog. This is the one that's not going to let you down. Smells so good, and it has everything you need to achieve either a demure look or a dramatic look, right? It has a very heavy, substantial packaging. It has its own mirror. Convenient. We know what we have to do. We have to do our makeup in the bathroom, in the car, in the green room, and we got to do it ourselves or else something crazy might happen. Right, Ryan Chona? Right, Yaza Mara? Shock laughing emojis is here. Maribel, Cheryl Mayer, Magilla81, Sue Murray, Just Vixen 2, Tina Price. Welcome, welcome. But I'm very excited about, what this palette achieved for me. I have to say, like, one of my favorite shows to work on, they have a new set, right? I was a little salty that I never got to be in the nightclub, but now they have like a new fancy restaurant. Some of the most beautiful and well-known actresses were on set, and then there was like a fireplace, right? So I had like this like fitted hunter green Zara dress and jewelry just so it looks a little upscale, right? But then some subtle but beautiful eyeshadow, right, will perfectly complement your look. And when you're in such good company, you want to represent yourself well, right? You don't want to, this is not the time for the blue and the green and the pink and the festival makeup. This is more of I feel, a demure moment, even if you're out for the evening on a first date, blind date, date night, etc. This beautiful palette comes with 9 creamy and comfortable matte, pearl, and sparkle shadows. And indeed, it does, right? It has the brightness that you need. It has the sort of crease colors that you need. It has just enough shimmer and drama that you can take your look from basic, right? If you used any one of these shadows as a single shadow look, right? Back in the day, that's all we did. But if you want to kind of take it to the next level and really sculpt the eye, you can do that too. And it smells so good. It is an update, actually, to the iconic Original Natural Eyes palette. Our TooFaced on their website say that our beloved palette was updated with an exclusive coconut butter infused formula for creamy, comfortable wear. You can achieve endlessly, naturally smexy, we'll say that for this platform, naturally smexy looks in the neutral palette of your dreams. And indeed, this is my second one. I was really looking for something that was good for church or your house of worship, good for a job interview, good for Zoom, something that wasn't going to, kind of do you wrong, wasn't going to bring more focus on your eyeshadow than on your face, right? I'm just using a powder foundation just to set the eyes because you want as smooth of a base before you get into your eyeshadows, right? Terry Plaka, Brittany Pruitt, Jackie is here, Yeye Oshun, Alchemy of Beauty by Niece, welcome. I'm going to invite you in case you're available. Natural Curl Envy LLC, Katie Crawford, Julia Abele, Juan Robinson, ooh, Louis Maldonado, Teresa Jones, 5684, Samantha M. Curdy, 59. Your TikTok goat is here. Pluto, Hermelinda Anaya, welcome. JD Kane, 60, Gifted Hands Excavating. Wow, that sounds like a hard job. Mia, Vic Smith, Cheryl Mayer, Jalea, Edwin L, 602, user 1137, Maggie Booty. I can't say your name. Why are you on this platform with a name like that? Come on. You're going to cause trouble. Maybe that's what you want to do. OG Level, Ash, Tony, JD Kane, I review, let's say I reviews Laves, right? People with these names, heart, Meraki Ayele, Lala 33, Tina Price, Jess Vixen, Magilla 81, Cheryl Mayer. Welcome all, right? It's 10 o'clock. We're getting it done, right? We're thankfully home out of the traffic here at the Sky Cabana. We did get up at dawn and got in some gardening, right? I find it great for, mental health reasons, and plus in the desert, you can't go wrong by having more plants rather than less, right? We're trying to make sure there's oxygen, make sure there's kind of water content for the local area, and plants are a great way, to do that. And you can also do it in your house, right? Right. So once we just sort of set and powder our eyes with whatever powder, translucent or colored, that you have on hand, and it can be probably preferably pressed, then you can get into some exciting shadow looks with this beautiful palette, right? If you're doing your makeup in front of people, oh, they're gonna be impressed, right? That's the thing about graduating from drugstore, right? Drugstore, certain retailers that are very high end, but you don't want to just be paying for celebrity. You don't want to pay for marketing. You want to pay for quality, and you want to have products that will, do you justice, that will make you look the way that you want to look, that are just kind of what you want, right? So dipping into this very bright shade called Heaven, ooh, you will very quickly, just sort of make your makeup practice even more satisfying, because if you have a plan and a map for how you want your shadow to go, this palette can help you achieve it. It smells so good. Notice, it is infused, this updated version of this palette, with exclusive coconut butter, not cocoa butter, cocoa nut butter, and that's what makes it different. And it smells so appetizing, right? The product retails right now for $29.40. Can I tell you what an important discount this is? Normally, and on the TooFaced website, this is the power of the TikTok shop, the product is $49. So you practically are able to enjoy a almost half, but more like a third of a discount, right? Not $50, $30. If you've thought about this palette, if you need a classic palette, if there's someone in your life who's a graduate or has a wedding upcoming, I know there's certain makeup gurus who are talking about practicing their wedding makeup before the big event next month. This is certainly a palette to keep in mind. So whether you're in the matte place, or whether you would like to amp things up with matte shades, right? This is a very pale matte heaven. Then there are pearl shades, right? If you're a little bit more on the demure side and not really wanting to go full on bling with your eyeshadow, maybe it's a christening, maybe it's daytime, maybe you want to, just be in a serious place. Maybe it's a Zoom meeting for work. Maybe it's a deposition, right? But you don't want to go barefaced. You want a bright inner corner. You want a bright brow bone. You've taken the time to set your lid primer or whatever's on your lids, and then you're going to get into this delicious palette, right? $30, not $50. And that's the beauty of shopping right here, right now with me on the TikTok shop. Let me tell you about the other features of this delicious palette, right? You know TooFaced. They do bronzer, they do shadows, they do some incredible complexion products. But besides the 9 creamy and comfy matte pearl and sparkle shadows, yes, $30. You can shop for other brands that don't have the power of nearly 600 positive reviews on their very own website. And that is 600 positive reviews when there's less than 100 reviews that instead of being 5 stars or hearts, they're 4, 3, 2, 1, right? If 600 people who got this palette and enjoyed it say it's great, and there's less than 100 that say, oh, it could be better, wasn't what I expected, or whatever those other 100 are saying, but that's a pretty big sample of people who had the time and the energy to get their fingers in the game and say, hey, stars, this is a worthwhile palette. I'm inclined to agree with the people who love it and, like me, have repurchased it. That's a very powerful statement. This palette is great for doing everyday looks, also blendable and creamy, right? You want to be able to set it down and blend it until it sets. You want some flexibility. Sometimes you get a phone call. Sometimes you're dealing with your children or your pets or your significant other in the car. You can't always stay focused when you're doing your beauty routine, but you can certainly step up, and this is the perfect partner for you to get it done and get it looking right so that you can move on to your other purposes during the day. You can employ this palette to do smoky eyes. You can amp things up with shimmer, and for evening you can do dramatic looks. Isn't that the flexibility we all need, right? In a world where people are decluttering these massive collections of makeup, right? I've certainly been guilty of getting into a lot of different colors. Well, I've got orange, I need yellow, right? Is that really something that's going to serve me when I'm supposed to be a doctor or a business lady on a television show? Nope. People are looking for you to have a certain amount of beauty expertise, right? Come camera ready. You see actors getting their, families or assistants to, they're not happy with the wardrobe, so they phone home like E.T. to get somebody to send them a better suit, nicer heels, right? Because your image, right? If you're in the social media world, if you're in business, your body is your business. What people see of you, how you represent yourself, a little jewelry, your fitness level, skincare, self-care, just using products like your eyeshadow palette to complement your visual image. It's valuable, it's important, and through our partnership with the TikTok shop, you can get one of the most celebrated palettes out there. Yeah, for a lot cheaper than you can retail or on their website. Hear ye, hear ye. Buy here, buy now. And you can enjoy a powerful discount because of this platform. You don't want to miss out. Olagun knows what it is. Rebecca Yoder Jennifer Marie, Colleen Denise 82, Larissa, Kelly, Sherry Bell 7171. If you're in the market for eyeshadow, number one Buddha fan, Daddy's Fever, Phil Roberts 195, David Upchurch, what an interesting name, Loco, Amna, Hearts, Catherine Beck, Sunflower 0770, Gracie, Mary Kemen, Jessie, Belle of the Ball, Delane Delight, Tammy Lacio, ooh, something in Russian K-pop clown. I'm not sure what that means, but welcome. I'll say hi. Aunt Flo, you know, people are so naughty with their account names. Kathleen Ritter 4, Special K73, Ladybug, Trish, Priscilla, Olagun, thank you for liking the live. Yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe. Nayana joined us, Olagun, but you know, what a great pleasure. We have the time, we have the opportunity, we have the equipment to get into products that serve us well, right? We have an open mind. It's Halloween. There's a lot of Halloween makeup products circulating. Just using the mid-tone shade to define the crease. I have a slightly hooded but not completely hooded eye. And, you know, this is how you go from a plain eye and a plain face to just doing enough to lift the eye and create some drama. Plain, upgraded, right? That's what eyeshadow and makeup is for. You don't have to burden yourself. User 8804, Ghost Hunter for Life. Techno Pirate is here. What's up, Techno Pirate? You need some eyeshadow? Do the women in your life need some eyeshadow? Ren is here. But be able to rely on products that give you the... Oh, hey, are you at sea?
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh. Do you, what is your opinion about neutral eyeshadow?
Neutral eyeshadow? I have no idea. Is that what you're doing right now? Is that it?
Do you like makeup when people that you know wear it?
Oh yeah, yeah, it looks good. Actually, what you're doing, it looks good.
Do you prefer a more natural looking makeup or something that's more colorful and sparkly? Like, what's your taste when it comes to, you know, a dinner companion wearing makeup?
Let's see. It depends on where we're going. I'd say naturally, I'd prefer a more natural look. But say if we're going out to a show, say again.
Aha.
But like if we were going out to a show or something, you know, or a concert, you know, glammed out look is fine.
That's great. That's a very, I think that's a very real world answer. And I appreciate the fact that you're not one of those people who's like, no, I don't like makeup. People shouldn't wear makeup. People who wear makeup, you know, are changing their image. It's not that. It's like an enhancement, right? Because like you just grab a simple product like lip gloss and your regular lips are fine. But when you add just a little something, right? This is a nude lip cream, right? And again, this palette, which is not $50 as it is regularly, but it's like $30 here on the TikTok shop. It just gives you a little something, a little zhuzh.
Now the thing that does bother me about makeup is when the women do the what do you call it? Eyeshadow, like the blue eyeshadow, the real vivid colors.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
Well, it's what we might call festival makeup, right? It has its place, right? If you're at Burning Man or you're at, you know, Coachella and it's that, you know, psychedelic kind of scene, okay. But
Exactly.
you can do pretty makeup that, again, it just a little bit of a mid-tone here in the crease. It lifts the eye and it's not as obvious as mascara, but it's a little something, right? It's brightening the corner and the brow bone and adding some depth. to frame the eye and make, a little, kind of Meghan Markle pink lip color.
Like
And you're
like
good.
what you're doing right now is perfect. I mean, it's fine for like dinner or going for an afternoon tea or something like that, or you know,
Or a job. How about that?
or exactly, or a job interview. Yeah, yeah, because it's
Oh,
not over the top.
you can't wear like, and I'm just putting the excess lip color on my cheeks for that matchy match look, but you can't wear far out makeup to your day-to-day job. A lot of our sort of members of our life are professionals, teachers, nurses, people who have their commercial driving license, teamsters, union members, working, retail. You can't have makeup that and lashes and everything that's going to get in your way. You just want to look professional, friendly, presentable. And this palette delivers enough of
Exactly.
that you will very quickly get your money's worth from your daytime looks, as well as your, as Techno Pirate said, your out to dinner looks, date night, your favorite. Who's going to be in town? I think Nicki Minaj is coming to LA. Are you going?
No, I'll be at sea.
No. This is the deepest color in this palette. It's called Sexpresso. So just to define the outer
Mm.
corner of the eye. But, it's a lovely palette. It smells like coconut, right? Like so many TooFaced products do. And I'm just working with the mattes right now. But I love the fact that as a man, you can appreciate the freedom of expression that makeup allows, women and all people of all genders who enjoy makeup. It's just, it's like wearing a rock t-shirt or, whatever your favorite thing, like Techno Pirate, what is your favorite thing to wear that is about your personal style and, your outfit's not complete until you add it.
I'm all about the fedora and the boat shoes.
That's so interesting. Do you have a collection of fedoras?
Yes, I'd say yeah. Well, I had a collection. I have maybe three or four of them now.
Is that because you've decluttered them, or is that for,
It
you know,
was purging and decluttering. Yes.
I hear you. I hear you. So the moment has come in the shadow. If this is your daytime look, then for evening you can get into these pearl shades in the center line and then the shimmer shade in the bottom, right? So many great options for you just to kind of take things to the next level, right? If you were going on a date with Techno Pirate, he might look at you over a glass of Chablis, or what does Techno Pirate like to drink? What, a pina colada?
Back in the day, it was Captain and Coke.
Oh, but these days, what's your Friday night date tipple?
These days, I'm just drinking a Coke. I stopped drinking about 3 years ago.
Oh, I hear you. Pretty much me too, but I went to a party at the offices of one of the companies I do live shopping work for, and I had a hard seltzer, and I didn't think that meant anything until I drank it. It was
That's like
like
what, 7%?
it was like blackberry citrus or something like that, and it was like sashimi. And then I was like, oh, this is the inner corner
Oh,
shade called Honey Pot. And I was, after pandemic, after so many things happened, I was like, woo. But yeah, to me, it's not worth the calories. This is a beautiful honey pot. Is a beautiful, true to its name, honey toned shimmer. You can just put it very discreetly on the inner part of your lid, and then you can also frame the entire inner corner, just so that Techno Pirate might look up and say, "What an ethereal beauty that House of
that's,
Tanya is."
it's funny you say that because I was just thinking your makeup reminds me of Easter for some reason.
Yeah.
Like a
You know what?
spring look.
Right, a light, kind of airy, even though I'm wearing a black
Yeah.
t-shirt. to not always feel like I see certain artists and there's a place for it. They start by covering the entire lid of the brow. And they put green shimmer and all this and then lashes on top of it. And I'm always like, whoa, where are you going? Do you have a job? Because that's not something I can do at my job. They would never approve that unless it was a goth scene. Like, no. And it's interesting when you get your makeup done on set by, professionals, whether that's, Winning Time, which was that HBO show about the Lakers in the 80s, or it's, True Detective or whatever. They're not interested in hiding their face under a lot of loud color.
Now,
They're
what's the
interested
time
in
difference on that? What's the time difference of you doing your makeup versus them doing it on set?
um
Like, did it
it's
take
hard to
longer,
say.
shorter?
It's hard to say. It really does depend on their staffing level. Bravo, someone is viewing the product. It's a great product and it's cheaper on the TikTok shop here and now with me. I think that a lot of the real artists who work on us have a background in painting. So what's interesting about their technique is that they do a little something and a little something. No beauty sponges. They use brushes or their fingers. And then they sit back and they look at us, right? And they really do take their time with blending, right? It's not just like put the color where you want it. It really is very gently stroking out that color, right? Just giving those edges a real moment. And you're having a chat with them and they're blending, 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 because that's where the term smoky eye comes in. They want the shadow to look like kind of a colored or different tones, like a mist around your eyes that can look very dramatic, very enticing, very smexy, but you can't really point to a place where it begins and ends. And I think the blending time, I did that, what is that Netflix series, Griselda, about that person who was moving weight, that lady, blue eyeshadow, and the amount of time that makeup artist spent blending on me, it was such a subtle, beautiful wash of blue that I found it really inspiring. When I'm doing my makeup, I'm like, oh, I need to get in traffic. I need to go. So I'm trying to do, something that's not going to get messed up if I have to change my clothes, something that once I set it isn't going to go wandering around my face. It's not going to glitter down my face. It's not going to embarrass me. And this is a palette that's not going to embarrass you. And on top of it, it's cheaper on the TikTok shop. Get that, right?
Okay. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
What?
So when you were talking about doing the blending, what brushes or anything like that in your TikTok shop is close or will allow you to do that?
Well, any brush that I've included in my showcase or in my collection is one that I deem worthy of purchase from the perspective of shape, right? That you need a looser bristled brush in order to blend. You need more of a stiff cat's paw to lay down the shimmer right where you want it and very closely keep it to the eye so it's not splaying all over the place the way a blending brush would. So there are some collections that have shapes or they're double-ended, but they're also affordable in a way that it's practical, it's powerful, it's going to help enhance your face and help you get it done in a way. Like, the one thing I'm against is an endless number of gigantic brushes. When I see people do their bronzer and their blush with, this to me is a powder brush, right? It's very blunt. You can set a large area quickly, but this, even though it does have somewhat of a point, you could also pinch it. The reason you need different brushes to get into little places and make it exactly make the products lay down exactly how you need them is because of the precision. And that would be, as you grow your makeup practice, you kind of learn like, oh, I really want a pointed pencil brush. I really want to just be able to blend, to your point, that blue or that green into my crease so that when I look down, you see it, but it's not overpowering the look. That's the reason why you might have, to your point about purge, like I definitely went through a period of having brushes that were my first brushes that were terrible brushes, and I either paint paintings with them or I put them outside for others to find. You upgrade, right? I still have
True,
around
true.
one of the eyeshadow palettes I bought, and it was like, I didn't know. It was all shimmers. It was a pale, medium, and dark palette, and everything was a shimmer. And that isn't what you want. You want the shimmer to kind of stay in the inner corner of the eye. Some people like a halo eye, so the shimmer is right in the middle. My particular eye shape, inner corner is better for me, but it took me many a year and a lot of study to figure out that's not going to work. So, are you rowing the boat right now, Technopirate?
Do you hear that noise?
Yeah. Are you rowing
You
it? Do
said,
you
"Am I
have a
rowing the boat?"
Yeah? Do you have a team going like this? Like, is that what's going on?
No, it's a
Is that
sailboat. No, what you're here, if you can hear that, that's the bilge pump going off. I have to have some work done today on it.
is that you got to suck the water out of the
It's like
boat?
a yeah, it removes the water from the boat. Um, but yeah, I have to have some work done on my propeller shaft, and hopefully the dude comes today. He didn't come yesterday, but we'll see.
Listen, this is a family show. Don't use those kinds of words.
Okay.
Shannon Shocker is here. Isabella is here. Ramby Beauty is here. Welcome. Oh, Ran by Beauty. Thank you for liking the live. Yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe, gift. But, it is a great thing to be able to bring you quality products that I enjoy that can help you get a quick and easy beauty look done that will, increase your chances of success, whether that's a job interview, a date, or, just getting on live. I have a couple of auditions coming up, right? And I don't want to overwhelm the camera with not only what I look like, but a lot of what we call gack. Like it shouldn't distract, it should enhance. It should kind of focus your eye in a lifted way, a little pretty lip color.
Mhm.
And, this is a great base, right? I'm adding a little bit of a brown lip liner to this pink just to kind of bring it to a trendy place, overlining the center. But, if you're on a date, unlike Techno Pirate, you don't want to go so far, right? A satin finish and a little liner is enough. Techno Pirate, how do you feel when people add a very sticky gloss to their lip color? Do they remain kissable?
I can't stand it. I don't like the feeling of the stickiness when you kiss. Oh my God. No, I can't
But do
stand
you,
that.
do you enjoy? Because then the lip gloss has transferred to you. Do you enjoy wearing lip gloss when it's applied by someone else in the room?
No,
Well, there you have
no.
it.
I like the wet look, but I don't like the what it feels like.
Right. So you want it to look good, but not end up on your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear you. I can respect that because there's a lot of there's a lot of push to overdo it, right?
Yeah.
Shadow is great, right? You get to a place, you can build up more depth in the outer corner if you like with this espresso shade, right? You can extend it up and out. You can make sure that it's kind of bringing depth to maybe the most prominent part of your brow bone, right? And you can blend, 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 but not every look needs mascara and lashes. Like, again, your point. Are you going to see, the Usher concert in Vegas, or are you going to the local cinema to see, what's the last movie you saw?
I saw Deadpool versus Wolverine yesterday, actually.
How was it?
That movie was great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was pretty funny.
are you
Funny and
gonna
bloody.
are you gonna go live to talk about your review, or
No, I can't go live yet. I've
I,
only, you have to have 1,000 people. I only got like 450 or something like that.
it sounds like Techno Pirate needs to put in that work.
I need to make more videos of me sailing the high seas or something.
I mean, if you feel like that is going to, I definitely think there's a learning curve on this app. Like the
Yeah.
thing I started posting about, and you basically followed each other for a while. Like, oh my God, did you fall in? Do we need to see?
This is a sensitive
Okay.
microphone. Oh my God. I guess
Oh.
I just closed the door.
Were you flushing, or what? What was that sound? It was so
No,
dramatic.
that was closing the door here. Yeah, I was closing the. Wow, I'm surprised by how sensitive the microphone is.
Um, are you okay? You don't need anyone to rescue you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Just
I'm
chilling on the boat, hanging out here. I was gonna go to the movies today, actually. The 20, what is it? 25th anniversary Matrix is on.
of the whole Matrix series, or just the
Uh,
first movie?
just first movie, and actually they're bringing it back to the movie theater. I think for this weekend. So I figured I'd do a bit of nostalgia and hang out with my inner child and watch The Matrix again.
Well, it's not a kids' movie, and I do think it makes interesting points. There was that whole discussion of, was it created by the people it was supposed to be created by? And I don't know the
There were
answer. Say what?
no, it was actually a black lady that created it. I can't think of her name right now.
Right, but is that true? Because there's a lot of people who say, according to Snopes, that's just an urban legend.
Ooh, I didn't know it was an urban legend. No, I've seen interviews of her talking about it. I mean,
I've seen
yeah,
interviews too, but we see a lot of things that then, a lot of discussions and accusations. Sometimes I've added a black liner to this look, and it's just taken
I
it
like that.
slightly up. Not a big, thick graphic liner, but just a little discreet pencil liner, right? Not all winged up and super dramatic, but something wearable. And for me, I have dark lashes, so this often is enough to make my lash line look more dramatic. I don't need to like stick on a lot of, extra lash. I could, but I don't have to, because
That's my pet peeve.
what?
Lashes are my pet peeve. If I can see your lashes, if I'm coming up behind you and I can see your lashes, yeah, they're too long.
Coming up behind? What?
If I'm walking from behind you and I can see your lashes,
If you're looking from behind the person and you see the lash band on top of their lid, you're saying that's a no-no?
I'm saying that's too the length. If
The length.
if I tell you to look at your eyes go flapping in the wind, your lashes are too long.
So you don't like a long lash. You don't mind a more natural looking lash. And I think the trick now is to apply the lash not over your lashes, but under, so that you get an enhancement, but that you can't see the band. You got to be extra sneaky when you're on a date with Techno Pirate, because he's very discerning and he'd be looking. He doesn't mind a
Of
neutral eye.
course, of course.
He don't
Gotta have
mind
that natural
as
look.
long as it looks good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Very demanding. Fedora wearer. I'm assuming that makes you a fan of, like, what is it? The Rat Pack. Those Vegas performers from like the 50s and 60s.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sammy Davis Jr. and all those guys.
I hear you. So, do you listen to that music when you're sailing the high seas on your yacht?
I've gotten into listening to bossa nova cover tunes for some reason. It just makes me feel like I'm on vacation.
Is that a particular like
It's
serious
like a
radio channel or is it?
no, no. It's like a jazz. It's like jazz, but it's. It reminds me of sitting in a cafe somewhere, somewhere overseas and just relaxing. I don't know. It just makes me feel like I'm on vacation.
Same way about Nat King Cole music. When when I was living on the East Coast and we would just take quick trips down to the Caribbean and we'd be, having dinner at some nice restaurant or a resort and they would play like, they're called American Popular Standards. So they have lyrics and it's jazz and Sarah Vaughan and all of that. I always feel like a privileged American when I listen to like, certain kinds of like jazz, that it's not challenging or dramatic music. It's very pleasant. People sing about like love or, just there's
Yeah,
positivity. I think.
exactly. Like it doesn't. To me, it's like a quiet nothing. It just doesn't take away from your thoughts. It adds to the background. It's a nice vibe.
It's nice. Yeah, there's not always enough things that are nice for us to enjoy. There's definitely a lot of things that, are troubling and that people they want to disturb your peace. I was out doing gardening this morning and you don't need to creep up behind me. I'm gardening, right? But some of the people in Hollywood early in the morning are not, you know, are not considered,
Well,
I would say.
what are you growing?
Say what?
What are you growing in your
Yeah,
garden?
somebody, I was running an errand and they were renovating their garden. So they ripped out some, I don't even know what they're called. They're kind of like, they almost look like yucca, like stocky green plants. And there's it could potentially be green space or a community garden. And it just, people put trash and they let their doggies go to the bathroom there. And, um, you know, one of the things I like to do for mental health is gardening, like, when you're cooped up at home. So I was like, you know what? I can take 15 minutes and my, garden tools and go out there and like pull weeds and, put, take these plants that were free and soften the earth with water and then add some topsoil and get them in the ground. But I got to be quick because of this area. I can't, can't linger because again,
Uh,
as people want to creep up behind and see whether I'm wearing false lashes, and I'm not going to let it happen. Right? You gotta listen to me. You gotta stick and move, right? Just like when you're
yeah.
doing your makeup, you can't spend hours. You gotta get in there, do it, get it looking right, and then move on. You gotta get on that Zoom
Yeah.
call, right? You gotta
You're
teach
like
that.
Johnny Appleseed on the streets.
Well, listen, I try to help. I've had to, kind of pull back on a lot of my volunteer activities in service of like, actual earning activities. But, my
Gotcha.
spirit of helping the community is still present. It's just that if I can combine, if I'm being honest, I have like a 12-pound weight vest, which has been so key because I've actually like gotten smaller by a factor of, let's give it the number 20, right, in the last few months, which has been great for my work, right? Like,
You, s- you said a 12
I
pound weight
can't say it the
fast?
way I want to say it, or else I'll get in trouble with the platform. But I've reduced, let's put it like that. And my 12-pound weight vest, it just adds resistance to daily activities, whether that's running to the grocery store, like walking or doing gardening. So I always put that on
Oh,
as like baseline resistance. I want to go to 15, but I don't know if I can, if my little puny self can take it. But it's been super helpful just in terms of
uh,
getting helping me meet my fitness goals. And then once they're met, I can enhance with some well-placed shadow, some subtle color on the cheeks, and then I'm ready to charm Techno Pirate on his yacht as he sails the high seas and, contemplates.
You're welcome to roll.
Like, but one of the, like, when you're concentrating, to your point about like you don't have enough to go live, like you do have to spend some time on the app, right? You have to, but it can be a lot. It can be a lot of time, and sometimes your fitness will go out the window. That's certainly what happened to me, and I had to bring it back. I had to pull it back. I had to start adding resistance and thinking about eating dairy and a lot of different things that weren't helping me meet my fitness goals. So surprise, surprise, I reached them. But to maintain that, I needed one. Thank you. But before, it was like I was wearing a turtleneck and it was made out of my own skin. And that wasn't the look that I wanted. So I had to change it. But, I appreciate everyone who rocked with me and didn't, criticize my aesthetics during that time. But, the longer you let that go, the harder it is to deal with. And, just seeing how it changes your skin and how it can affect your self-esteem. Or, I am going to partner with a manufacturer of a product that keeps your thighs from rubbing together. I haven't received it yet, but, things changed and I needed that because I was like, this is unpleasant, right? Like,
I'll tell you this, back in the day of way back, the before time I'm talking about, I was like 280 pounds and I'm talking about thigh rubbing. Oh yeah, I know.
Not you, not Techno Pirate. Were you
Yeah,
working hard? Like, were you sitting at a desk and working hard at work, or were you in an
always.
unhealthy way?
I still do, but yeah, always. My job is sitting at a desk all day. I'm technology, IT. But yeah, I was 280 pounds back in the day. So thigh rubbing, I knew all about that. The holes in the pants, yeah, I knew all about
This is
that.
like,
So if you have,
how guys in the gym wear those like shiny tights under their shorts when they run so that the friction doesn't get bad. It's almost like taking the pant part off and just having a band around each thigh so that it minimizes friction. Hi, Terrell. But again, I haven't received it yet, but I'm looking forward to getting that because I was very much needing it because, I have certain pants that I wear outside when I do my gardening, and I was making noises when I walked.
really?
Yes, because the fabric was going shh, 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 shh. And creating heat, like when you start a fire. True story, but I know what I was doing. I was getting there's a grocery store here in LA that has something called the cookie. They have different versions of it. It's a really good, like, cowboy cookie with nuts and chocolate. Basically a chocolate chip cookie. There's a peanut butter version. There's a white chocolate macadamia version. And they're huge. I was a little stressed out. Nom, 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 nom. I had to cut that out and find other things to enjoy, like this beautiful, well-made quality palette.
Ooh, I like the goldenness of it.
It's very, very nice. It's like a heavy, substantial palette. It's not a piece of paper. They're not cheating you out of a mirror. It has a nice mirror so you can see, right? In the car, you can see exactly where you've applied all of the lovely colors. You've seen me take this look from daytime to evening dramatic, right? When Techno Pirate and I head over to see the Pink Friday tour, and I'm looking like a pink latex jumpsuit. This is going to be the look that can set it off. A pink cheek, a pink lip, a dramatic eye. but not so much that Techno Pirate is going to clock how long and artificial my lashes are.
You look
Right?
marvelous.
Like it's the perfect palette because the choice is yours. How shimmery, how dark do you want it? But once you put your eyeshadow on, just like we're at work and the head of the makeup team comes over to look at you and see, have you done anything disrespectful or crazy, or do you look good? Can you sit behind people who've been on their show for 30 years and in front of
I
the fireplace and look like you're having a good time drinking wine, but it's really grape juice? Like, we got to sell what we want to sell, whether that's you're a teacher, you work in a church, you work in a prison, you work at the grocery store, you're, helping Techno Pirate sort out his village pump issue, right? You don't want makeup and lashes that are distracting when you get onto the yacht and you help fix the bilge pump, right?
hear it. I can't believe it. It'll be fixed today. I wanted it done yesterday, but yeah, it'll be fixed.
Promises, promises. But, again, if you have someone in your life, a young lady, a daughter, a cousin, somebody who you don't want to say, hey, that makeup is doing a lot. Maybe try a more neutral palette.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect gift. It comes right, you can ship it right to their door or to yours if you want to personally hand it over. But it will supply you with all the colors and all of the gradations of shades and shimmer that you need to go from deposition to nightclub, right? You can flaunt your natural side with this modernized and reimagined version of the iconic original Natural Eyes palette from TooFaced. And you can do it right here, right now with me, House of Tanya.
House
So
of Tanya.
that's all I have. I have to hop because I have an interview at 11. But Jamaica Davis, mwah, Rebecca Garcia, Dopo 369, Michael Wang, Mila Talby, Renata Rabe, Basia. Ooh, thank you for joining me. Preston, Jesse, GLC Teams, Patricia Simmons, Pre-Posh. I will be back. But, you can quickly do a respectable, either demure or dramatic makeup look with just the perfect palette. $20 off. Don't pay 50, pay 30. Here with me, House of Tanya.
And throw on a sundress and you'll be great.
You give me so many instructions. I feel like, I just might have to rock that the next time I go live about the TooFaced palette, right? Natural glam. Glam that, a grown man on the high seas is not going to object to. Who can say
And,
no?
and if you pull that out of your purse at the table, it looks elegant enough to be like, oh, okay, yeah, she's got something going on. Yep,
Classy. That's
exactly. That's the word I'm looking for.
right. Classy. You got a quick mirror, and then it goes right into the purse. So dainty. It's not some gigantic 30 color palette, and it's beautiful, like a piece of jewelry. I agree. It really is. This is my second one. It really is a palette that delivers, and it's affordable and quality, blendable, comfortable, smells good, looks good in a lot of different circumstances. So I will hop off. I think I have a phone call. I don't think it's a Zoom call, but maybe I'll have to turn off the disco lights if this is too much. But I will see
Have
you
a good.
again. But thank you for
Okay.
joining me, Pirate. This is a high value man on his yacht, and you just heard him give you his opinion about natural looking makeup, glam makeup that's appropriate and not kid stuff, not a lot of crazy colors. You want to look like somebody with a bank account, somebody with car insurance, right? Someone responsible. That's what this palette is giving. Whether you just graduated from college, you're rushing, or you're an intern or working on an election campaign, this is the palette for you. All right. Well, let me hop. I will see you. I will see you again soon. Maybe wearing a sundress.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. Have a great day.
Bye.
Later.
Stop.
Bye bye.
Later. Bye.